What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in to the HUD Space HoloNet. I'm your host, Cravaggio Press, and in this video, I'm giving you some gameplay. It's arcade. It's just for fun. It's on Starkiller Base. I'm playing as the First Order, and I'm playing as the person who we're going to be talking about in this video. Bossk, the Trandoshan bounty hunter. We're going to be talking about his background and stuff he did during the Clone Wars. And in another video, I'll be doing stuff he did during the Galactic Civil War. So Bossk was the son of Kradosk, a Trandoshan bounty hunter. From his father, Bossk learned how to boost a land speeder. When Bossk reached maturity, he followed his father's footsteps and became a bounty hunter. Looking back on his childhood, Bossk regarded fathers as overrated and was uncomfortable with people asking questions about his father. At some point during his career as a bounty hunter, Bossk obtained a modified YV-666 light freighter that was named the Hound's Tooth. I actually used to have a figurine of the Hound's Tooth. This became his main transport for plying his trade as a bounty hunter here during the Clone Wars. So now I'm going to tell you about Bossk during the Clone Wars. A fierce and skilled bounty hunter, Bossk was renowned and feared for his effectiveness at killing Wookiees. Bossk was a member of the Bounty Hunters Guild as well, an institution that regulated the bounty hunting trade. During the Clone Wars, Bossk teamed up with fellow bounty hunters Aurra Sing and Klatooinian Castus, well that's a name, to mentor the young Boba Fett and assist him with his vendetta against the renowned Jedi Master Mace Windu. After Fett destroyed the engines of the Republic attack cruiser Endurance, making it crash on Vancor, the bounty hunters went inside and took 3 hostages, Admiral Killian, Commander Pons, and a clone officer. Bossk remained by their ship to watch over the hostages. However, the trio retreated after watching Windu's fighter escape them by making the jump to hyperspace. As the bounty hunters stopped on Florum to request service of space pirate Hondo, Bossk was left in charge of the ship, the Slave One, holding their 2 Republic hostages, which survived the trip. As he was about to kill the hostages, Ahsoka Tano swooped in on a speeder bike, subdued Bossk, and freed the hostages. Bossk was then held at gunpoint by Killian, with the Trandoshan's own weapon. Aurra Sing then arrived in on a speeder bike, and during the brief battle that followed, Aurra tried to escape with Slave One, but crashed after Ahsoka cut off one of the wings. Later, both Bossk and Boba Fett were taken as Republic prisoners to the Republic Judiciary Central Detention Center on Coruscant. Now here was his time incarcerated. It's very short. While in prison, Bossk decided to act as a bodyguard to Boba. When he saw a fight take place in the cafeteria between Obi-Wan and a disguised Rocco Hardeen and Boba, he cheered his young charge on. As the guards came over to intervene, he knocked them out and threw Hardeen across a dining table. Creating a distraction for the prisoners to escape, Bossk and Boba fled the room in chaos. After escaping prison, Boba formed his own syndicate of bounty hunters, which Bossk joined. On Tatooine, Bossk, along with fellow bounty hunters Dengar, C-21 High Singer, Okid, and Lats Razi, went to Chalmun's Cantina. After seeing Okid killed, Bossk and Lats invited his killer, Asajj Ventress, for a drink, and blackmailed her into taking Okid's place on their team for a job. After Ventress agrees, Bossk and Lats took her to meet Fett and the other team members. Fett's team had been hired by Bel-Ugin, I think it's Bel-Ugin Major Ragoso, to protect a large chest while it was delivered via subtram to his lord. While on the job, the team was attacked by cage warriors. After several minutes of fighting, Bossk was sent to help Ventress defend the rear. On the way, however, a cage warrior blew blinding dust into his face. Unable to see, Bossk was kicked off the tram. He hit the ground hard, bellowing his fury. Later, he and the rest of the team collected their share of the payment from Ventress, though not before Bossk inquired about Boba's whereabouts. Now here is the last part of him during the Clone Wars, the mission to Sereno. Later in the war, Bossk and Fett's syndicate of bounty hunters stopped at a bar at level 1313 on Coruscant. Bossk was sitting the bar drinking when Quinlan Voss, Jedi Master, entered, posing as a bounty hunter. Voss, who was seeking a lead on the location of Bosk's former teammate Asajj Ventress, tried to get attention by loudly asking if anyone had any job leads, which Bossk coldly rebuked. When Voss casually referenced Ventress, however, Bosk's attention was piqued, and he laughed before buying Voss a drink. Bossk inquired if she had stolen a job from Voss, and he instead asked if he knew where she was, to which Bossk answered he had no idea, but after further prodding from Voss, took him to a back alcove where Boba and the other hunters under his employ were seated. Bossk told his boss that Voss was looking for No Name, and Boba eventually gave the undercover Jedi the information he needed to locate and confront Ventress. Before Voss departed, Bossk remarked that he hoped Voss was a man enough for the task. Not long after Boba and his syndicate were sought out by their old associate Asajj Ventress, who needed help rescuing Voss from Count Dooku's castle on Sereno. While initially spurning the offer due to Ventress's betrayal of Fett, the hunters, in particular Bossk and Latz, were won over when they were offered 250,000 credits. Bossk and the rest of the hunters provided a distraction while Ventress entered the castle to retrieve Voss, and were able to trap Dooku underneath some netting. However, the appearance of the dark side wielding Voss forced the hunters and Ventress to flee. And that was all of Bosk's big missions and big accomplishments and what he did throughout the Clone Wars. And this was all canon. This is not the Legends boss. This is the canon Bossk. And let's talk a little bit about how he looked. Well, his homeworld is Trandoja. He's a Trandoshan. He's a male. He's 1.9 meters tall. That's tall. He weighs 113 kilograms. He weighs over 200 pounds. His eye color is orange and his skin color is green. Alright. So that's everything about Bossk. How he was growing up from what we know in canon. And during his time during the Clone Wars when he was really a man and becoming who he is and doing what he loves doing. I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay of Bossk. Bossk is one of my favorites in the Star Wars universe out of the bounty hunters. Boba Fett being my first, but I would say it's a tie between Boba and Bossk. So in this game, he's got predatory vision, or I forget what the power is actually called. I know you click both the bumpers, and he can like, it's almost like his senses. Thermal predatory vision activates, and he can see through walls, like he can see your heat signature through walls. And it's showing it right now. He also has 3 thermal detonators thermal grenades he can throw out. And once it's either somebody comes into the area of them, they will explode and kill them. He also has a poison grenade that he can throw. And that is Bossk. The man, the myth, the legend. I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. This is Cravaggio Press from the Hut Space Holonet, signing out. Like and subscribe for more of this content, guys. See ya.